Okay, I just wanted to jot this idea, this realization down a little bit, speak about it, try to articulate myself. I've realized just how easy it is to forget his promise, to get lost in our own thoughts, to carry an intellectual understanding of faith rather than a whole body, mind, and soul understanding. Like, I get these moments where it just becomes very, very, very clear to me what he has promised and how truly the evil of this world, the tired weight of life, the tragedy of death, the mourning, the sickness, the grievances, the aggravations, the suffering, the evil, the greed that we see every day in power and in people we know, all the things we have to bear can be such an enormous weight. And but through all that, there's these moments that it happens completely unbeknownst to me. I'll just it'll all wash away in this perfect cleansing, and it's like this clarity and this light of his truth and his promise, and that evil will be done away with, and that we won't have to endure this forever. I mean, our life can become so rigid, so real, so all-encompassing. It's so easy to lose sight of the truth and the enormity of his promise. I'm like I said before, I'm quite an aggravated person. I'm agitated a lot because my phone I just get agitated a lot because I deal with nervous system dysregulation and emotional dysregulation from abuse and autism and ADHD, and it's kind of hellish to be in my being. So things agitate me a lot, and that combined with the knowing of evil, it's another topic I want to talk about, is just the fact of knowing good and evil and what that really means. But anyway, the fact of knowing evil and seeing it all the time, having to bear that. I mean, we have Jesus to be our yoke, but it's still a burden. It still sucks. So my sensitivity combined with knowledge, this kitten is driving me. Come here. This knowing combined with my sensitivity can make me extremely agitated, and I lose sight of him. I lose sight of him really easily. And I know I'm not alone in that. I think a lot of people don't even realize that they've lost sight of it or have never grasped sight of it yet. But like I was saying, in the midst of this swirling chaos of drudgery that is life, there's this light that can just shine, like this reprieve from it all, and this complete and utter knowing that he is going to return, and he's our king, and he sits on the throne, and that's the truth, and we know that, and we have that, and everything else just means so little. It's like fragments of dust. It's incredible. It's the true freedom that comes from knowing the truth. And I'm so grateful to be reminded of it, because I definitely don't walk in that truth. I definitely don't embody it, because if I did, I feel like I would be more deeply transformed. I'm still very much in my flesh. I still live by my flesh. So I'm trying to understand the transmutation of a person who is truly of faith, and what that process entails, and if it is actually a one-time transformation. I don't think it is. Like, I don't think it's as the Protestants claim, you're born again and then you're good to go. I think it's more of a deeper, long process. I mean, it's a walk on a path. It's not like a fall off a cliff or something. It's a life of seeking after him and doing, it's abiding in him. There's action behind our faith. So I'm very grateful to be given these moments of reminding that, especially with the internet, like, I'm trying not to be on my screen so much. I'm really curating it, but I feel like the algorithm is so smart that it like reads my mind when I'm not even on the computer. And then the next time I turn on my computer, it has like pinpointed a thought that I had, and it will post up. And I'll just be like, wow, I was just thinking about that. And then you're just like, you're online again. And there's so many opportunities to sin online. And I don't just mean with like gross material, but I just mean like with interacting with people. There's a lot of bait. There's a lot of bait to sin. There's a lot of bait to get angry at people. There's a lot of bait to hate even. It's very easy to fall into even sin of your own pride, of your own knowing. It's a minefield to navigate. It's something that can so easily pull us away from the deeper knowing of faith and walking in it, because it appeals to our flesh so much. So I'm constantly trying to not be online, especially not scrolling. And I mean, there's a lot of content that is just garbage. It's crazy. It's crazy. We have to be so discerning with what we consume and who we listen to and who we think feeds us. There's agents everywhere. There's lost people claiming to be found, claiming all kinds of things. And my goodness, the Christian sphere on YouTube is horrifying. It makes me sad. It makes me grieved for how many people are lost in so-called the name of Jesus, following all kinds of false prophets. People are all over YouTube calling themselves prophets, saying that they got a word from God. It actually makes me physically ill to think that people can get up on this platform and proclaim these things and have literally no pushback, because Christians are very mild-tempered and forgiving. But man, stop doing that. Like, it's, anyway, I don't need to go after, but it's a mess. It's so easy to be deceived by consuming content. And I'll listen to people who are really intelligent and very learned and really know the faith and know their stuff, and find out that they're completely deceived about certain aspects of the faith. And you cannot put your faith in anyone. Like, you have to, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want to make my own God, in my own image kind of thing. But I do not trust like anyone. I don't feel like any single person or church has the full truth. I don't. I'm not, Orthodox interests me, but I'm not into the veneration of Mary at all. I've come to that conclusion. I think it's very misguided and dangerous even, because there's going to be a rug pull at some point. Satan is setting everything up right now. He's kind of setting everybody up to be in a certain position of belief and to be in a certain position of the narrative that they carry in their head. It's sort of, he's like setting up his checkerboard or whatever game he's playing, and then he's going to flip it, and wherever you are at that moment is going to be like a very defining moment as to where you're headed when things get funny. So I'm very nervous about following narratives and following anyone online, even if 95% of what they say is true and beyond even my comprehension, I can't latch onto it, because they'll say something and I'll be like, wow, if they're that knowledgeable, how have they missed that? Like, how have they not considered that? Or why are they avoiding this particular topic in all of their talks? Like, there's just some really, really funny stuff going on. There's just no one I trust. Like, when I think about it, I feel like the only person that I can glean from in a relaxed manner without having to have like my serpent ears and sense of smell dialed up is Hangman, who like shows how, I forget his whole handle was called like Hangman something something, like some number, and he shows with amazing enthusiasm and consistency how what we think are like rocks and giant rock formations are actually ancient trees. And his work is something that deepened my faith to an unshakable degree, because it showcases the glory of God in a very tangible way, in a way, in some ways that people, when they realize that the earth was flat, if it's flat, I don't actually know. I haven't looked at any of the data. I have no idea. But that's how they feel when they realized it was. It's like they could never go back to not having faith in God. That's how I feel about the trees, because they're everywhere, and I think I even live on one, and it's something that just, I don't know, it's very honest. His approach seems very humble and honest. He doesn't have any ulterior narratives or doctrines. That's literally all he does. But other than that, I can't think of a single person who is doing work that I would not hold with suspicion or extreme caution, including me. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just am trying to work out all of this stuff and keep Jesus in my mind all the time. But lately it's been really tough. I've been very, not worldly, but just agitated at the world. Just, when your life is a bit of a struggle, it kind of weighs on you. Jesus keeps me going, but it can just weigh on you, where you're preoccupied with how you're gonna make it work for yourself, or you're tired all the time. It's a challenge of the flesh to move forward in faith that is patient, that is fruitful. I find myself sometimes not very fruitful in my character. I'm just annoyed at everything. Life is so annoying to me. Life is really, really annoying sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. People really get under my skin, and I know that the Lord is working in me on that, because I feel his presence and his voice guiding me to forgive. But small-mindedness, narrow-mindedness, self-absorption, really, this is where I'm talking about like knowledge. Like when you know the motivations of people very, very well, and they're proven to you, and you have to forgive, it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge to be forgiving. It's a constant act. It's a constant, okay, forgive them. Like, I feel like living is like constantly forgiving people because they're so annoying. Not everybody, but there's just, when you live in a community, people can, you can learn things about people, and people can act in certain ways that people are very backstabby, they're gossipy, they're entitled, it's strange. It's rare that you meet a person that just has the love of Christ in them, that just wants to share that. It's like everyone has an agenda, or they want something from you, or they're sizing you up and judging you, like, and you just have to see all of this and be like, it's okay, you're just lost. Like, I do that, but it is exhausting sometimes, and I get, like, I just want to scream. Like, I just get so fed up. But I mean, this comes back to like how easy it is to lose sight of him and his promise and his love. His love is so immense that it will just like cleanse me of that anger and frustration. It should do that. That's what it should be doing. But I've been losing sight of it and getting wrapped up in my own indignation. And, you know, it's sin enough for me to hold these feelings towards people, but I ask for forgiveness, and I'm continually working on it with him, and his grace in showing me these windows of his holiness and his promise, and just a full being understanding of the fact that we're almost there. Like, evil is rising, darkness is rising, people are lost, to put it mildly, but his promise holds fast, and this will all be like nothing. All of this evil will be gone. So this is the patience of the saints, I think, that we have to just hang in there. I have to hang in there and don't lose sight of him, because his glory, I mean, he's our king. We have a king on a throne. I'm very, very grateful for that in the midst of all of this chaos. So anyway, I just wanted to make that video to kind of articulate all this stuff and get it out somehow. So thanks for listening.